And we're underway at Stanley. Leeds taking the first carry of the game. It's a strong carry from that man, number 8, the returning Luca Atkinson. Great to see Luca back in a Rhinos jersey wearing that number 8 today. There's a couple of returning players for the Rhinos this evening. Luca being one of them. Jonah Parsons on the bench. Jack Sinfield back from his concussion as well. He sends the ball on to Toby Warren. On this close side. Johnson, Sinfield. Little step from Johnson, goes back into the line. That's Jack Johnson. Both Corey and Jack, let's not get those mixed up. As Newcastle look to hold Leeds in their own half. They don't though and let Nathan Snee go through a gap over the halfway. Corey Johnson waits. Gives it nicely to Jack Sinfield, sends it to Edgell and moving nice and quickly here. Leeds, Neil Chimame down the edge, looking to beat Donaghy at fullback, but well wrapped up by the fullback. On the last play now, Leeds. Sinfield, Grubber kicks in behind. It's well taken by Newcastle. There might have been a knock on, but the referee says play on. And this is a great opportunity for me to introduce the summariser for this first half. Is under 18s, bit of reserves in there as well. Outside back, Will Gatus. Will, big start from the boys already. Show of intent.
Yeah, working it to the edge, almost breaking through there. Forcing mistakes that we've just seen there. Puts us in good position. Yeah.
Perfect, as it was Bobby Shingler coming up with the error there for Thunder. Got the first win of the season last time out against Wakefield. Leeds also back to winning ways. Must have been a good trip for the boys coming back from London with the 2 points.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a long journey down, about 5.5 hours, so we were all itching to play. And yeah, it was definitely good to have won the game. Coming back lifted the mood a bit, made the journey less painful, really.
As Leeds go quickly down the edge, Sinfield finding Edgell, but Alfie just can't squeeze through on this near side. The sun beaming down here at Stanley. It's a beautiful evening. As Johnson drops the ball inside for Jack Johnson. Near the posts now, Leeds. Atkinson out the back, sends it for Sinfield. Leeds trying to open up that far side edge. Joe Gibbons with the ball in hand, so dangerous against London. One of those guys that really stepped up in that game.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a good team performance all over against London. And Joe definitely, I know he wasn't feeling great on the coach, but he definitely stepped up and gave a great effort against London.
I was on this fourth tackle. Sinfield drops a shoulder, trying to go on the line. Jack Sinfield, and he's so close. As the referee raises his hand, the fifth tackle, big ball over the top, booming pass over the sideline. And it was Chimambe who just couldn't take the ball in, but a great show of intent once again from Leeds.
Yeah, we're working them wide. It's getting ball through the hands, and we're putting a lot of pressure on early doors, so hopefully we can keep this up throughout the game.
Speaking for yourself, a bit of game time across both the 18s and the reserves. Have you been enjoying both, but more with a touch on the reserves? What's that experience giving you?
No, I think it's great. You definitely get to play against some bigger boys, so you get used to being a bit more physical, and you bring that into your 18s game. Gives you a lot more confidence as well. So yeah, it's good.
It's 2 positive seasons. The 18s, I mean, there's Leeds force the error here. The 18s especially. Competing for those top places, obviously, if you're looking at it that sense, but plenty of success. It shows just how you guys are really developing and gelling when you look at some of the newer guys that have come in.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I mean, people like Neil and Jack who are getting shots in reserves, it does definitely build confidence. So when we all come back together in 18s, everyone's much more confident in playing the ball. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
As Edgell looks to just fumble with the ball there, but he keeps hold of it pretty well as a fullback. Leeds looking to make another error. Sort of count here in terms of field position. Sinfield, last chance pass on for Max Clark, who's former Toulouse, Sheffield and London Scholars player. Leeds just forced back here. Forced to play the ball again. As Atkinson comes across the line, as Gibbons, gives it off. And Leeds trying to power it under the posts. Where the chance is going to come in. They're going to try and expose that edge. No, they're not. They go short side. The big pass over the top for Chimambe. Can he finish in the corner? No, he can't. The flag goes up. really big opportunity for a man that definitely knows how to score a try or two here, Will. We saw it against the... My mind harks back to the 4 tries he scored against Wakefield. He just knows how to score and find the line like yourself.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's been playing well, Neil. He definitely deserves a shot, and they're getting it wide to him, giving him a lot of opportunities, so hopefully he'll be able to finish them at the rest of the game. It's
such a talented outside backs core, including yourself. Is there a real spirit among you guys that you go into a game thinking we not only can we score tries, we can win games because of the partnerships that we've got across the park?
Yeah, I think we put a lot of emphasis on our yardage carries as well. So we all chip in and work together. It gives our forwards a rest, and we do that really well. And then on the end of that, we always get a lot of opportunity to score. So I think we all gel together really well, and it's good. Yeah.
There's one of the older 18s, one of the younger reserves guys out there. Alfie Edgell takes the ball in. Chimambe now carries so well. Looks a little high for me, and it is a high tackle. Really sloppy from Newcastle. Just got off the bus maybe half an hour, 45 minutes ago, and it's not quite settled yet, really.
No, I mean, Leeds are just piling the pressure on and getting great field position, so hopefully it carries on throughout the game.
He's looked to build again. Back in that Newcastle 20-metre area. Just a brief stoppage, but we're going down the short side with Clark this time. Just has to roll out in the end. Corey Johnson waits. Again, short side play. On for Clark. Going for the line, Max Clark. Oh, so close to centre. It's a great effort again from Leeds. Johnson with the wide pass. Keeps the ball moving. Just like it hits the ground. David Gibbons from Hunsett shapes to go back inside. The man wasn't there and he's swallowed up by 3 Thunder players. Leeds already with a win against Thunder on this ground, the 18s. Winning earlier in the season. I believe that was a standout game for yourself, Will, in that one. A couple of tries.
Yeah, I think that was the first game of the season, that one. Got a lot of points on and built up the confidence, really, for the boys.
It's that kick from Jack. It's a little bit too long from the half-back. Plenty of men chasing, but nothing comes of it. The pressure's still mounting, and your pressure turns into points, but really the boys have got to be making more of these opportunities now.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll become a bit more clinical now, but piling the pressure on it'll up the confidence for the rest of the game, and they just need to keep at it.
Speaking from your reserves games that you've played, a couple of first teamers in there, like your likes of Jackson Field, but also Corey Johnson as well. What from the games you've played with first teamers, what do they offer, and how helpful are they to a young player like yourself?
I think it's great because they bring a lot of leadership and talk, and if you don't know what's going on, you can just speak to them and they're happy to help. It definitely helps bring up confidence, so yeah, it's good.
The penalty goes in favour of Thunder. Leeds being caught offside. So I believe this will be Daniel Coates. A couple of number changes for Newcastle. It's a good kick. Gets Thunder onto the Leeds 20. Just like that, the tables are turning in the favour of the visitors as Linton waits at dummy half. They quite a quick play of the ball, not quite, as the ball keeps moving on. This is Jake Anderson. Finds himself under the post. Linton waits again. Sends it out the back. Nice short pass on for Logan Rortier. 3 Leeds men are there. He pushes him back. Nice defence needed here. Big D up from Chev Walker's side. Ball keeps moving in. Asking to come back on the inside. Instead they push out to this edge with Ryan Crossley, and the ball just comes free under pressure from Toby Warren and Max Clark. The referee saying that it was lost in contact under a Leeds... I tackled off the ball, excuse me. It's a tough one for the boys to take that.
Yeah, I mean, they defended great there. They've just got to... they just can't let this pressure get to them. They've got to keep them off the line and just keep going.
As Linton acting half. Short pass goes for the line. And has dropped it. Seen it had gone all the way. I think they're trying to see the pile of bodies, who it was that was under there. I think he was certain he'd scored. It just came at the last minute. Some great defence under the posts by Nathan Snee, Jack Johnson as well.
Yeah,
the boys really standing strong.
Great last-ditch efforts there, just working for each other. We do a lot of that in training, so it's good to keep them out here. Hopefully we can apply more pressure and get back into their 20.
And Nathan Snee is going to be helping that charge as best as he can. Just turns in the tackle. That's to play the ball. That's now Sinfield just goes in at the line himself, and we never really see those little sniping runs from Jack, but he must have seen a gap somewhere to try and get him behind as Corey Johnson waits, sends it for Edgell. Nice little set play, gets it back inside for Warren. He's put on his back 40 metres away from the Thunder try line. Sinfield. Short pass. Atkinson. Nice bit of ball playing from the pro forward. Lets David Gibbons have a bit of a scamper into the backfield. It's now Jack Johnson. Moves into within 20 metres. Corey Johnson again manages to get out the tackle of one. Jack Sinfield drops it inside for Toby Warren. He's still going, Toby. Gets himself to just in front of the posts. Big opportunity again here for Leeds. Corey Johnson. Jack Johnson, David Gibbons. Nice pass. Great try. And it's Jack Smith with the opening score after 10 minutes or so. Advantage Rhinos.
Yeah, it was some great work. He does a lot of that, Jack Smith, getting through that gap at centre. So just got to keep the pressure up now and don't let that lead, don't lose that lead.
And Sinfield just trying to go for the conversion. Oh, and it's just pulled wide. So the score remains Leeds Rhinos 4, Newcastle Thunder 0. That early advantage in favour of the Rhinos. Gets us on the front foot, which is just, it's the perfect place. It's where we really want to be, isn't it? Well, they're just working on our own terms, not trying to play catch up.
Yep, they've just got to complete the sets now. Can't give the ball away through silly errors here. They've just got to get field position and keep working.
As Clark comes in off the edge. Get through a fair bit of work, Max Clark is one of two external players that are in the side for this evening's game, along with David Gibbons. As now Johnson gives it to Danny Salkel, I believe. Is that Danny Salkel? Does come on the field? I believe it is. Backs himself towards the line, plays the ball. Gibbons onto his brother, Joe Gibbons, who finds a bit of a gap, and through he goes, Joe! Is this going to be a try for, again? Gets it out wide, and Jack Smithson again. Superb from Leeds. And it's try time once again.
Yeah, great brotherly link up there, and great support from Jack Smith to finish in the corner.
So, second try for Leeds. Jack Smith, the scorer. Jack Sinfield just can't get his boot quite under that one. So, score remains 8-0 in favour of Leeds. So a bit more of a mountain to climb for Newcastle, who go the slightly shorter route. But in the end, it's just well taken by the back-to-back try scorer, Jack Smith. It's where do you think their heads are at? And we've only played a matter of minutes, not even at just shy of 20 minutes, Will. It's mentally, where do you think Newcastle will be at right now?
I think the coach will be saying that they need to get themselves back into it. Leeds have had most of possession and they've been playing in their side of the field, Newcastle's side of the field. And here we go again. Neil, just taken down there. But I think that Leeds just need to keep applying the pressure because it's working. So yeah.
And like you say, another near fatal break by Neil as Jack Sinfield gets the penalty. Newcastle being caught offside. So it's Corey Johnson who'll have the ball on the 20. Plays it off for Salkeld, who is definitely on the field now, Danny Salkeld. Running himself into the line. As they go down the edge that has proved so good already, Leeds. Joe Gibbons has gone from a try provider. Can he score? Not this time. Leeds again building. Salkeld with that carry. Now Gibbons, David Gibbons, that is. Steps, gives it off to Jack Sinfield. Looks to find a gap. Is there a man there to get the ball? Oh, it's fumbling the in goal. I just said if Toby Warren, Max Clark or Neil Chombe had been a slight bit quicker there, we're looking at a third try. That is so close to being pounced on by one of those guys.
Yeah, it's drop out now, so we've just got to get back in there and try and score.
So the mistake by Jake Arnold, just putting his side on the back foot. If they weren't already there, as Salkeld just arms up, goes into the line. And takes 3 men with him. He's a big man to stop Danny at the best of times.
Yeah, he is, especially, it's even harder when he gets a 20-metre run-up, so good work from the Newcastle defence there.
And this time, Jack Johnson comes up with the error, just incorrect play of the ball, and what a relief. I think that's what Newcastle are thinking. They can actually have they've had a bit of ball already in this game, but they can have a bit more of that. When you're just defending back-to-back, it is, as you'll know from playing yourself, it is relentless when you're just defending.
Yeah, Newcastle is still in their own 20, so they've got a lot of work to do. So Leeds just need to try trap them in and keep good position so they can work their way up the field in the next set.
So Newcastle scrumming down on their own 20, and it's Ryan Crossley that gets the first carry for them in this set. Looking to try build something, Newcastle. Maybe not score at this stage. They've had a lot of chances. The score is still only 8-0 though. Definitely game not over yet. It's now James McGurk. Works his way towards the 40. And ball keeps rolling. I believe that's Harry Lowry. Just shy of halfway. Nice play here from Newcastle to get the link up. Gets it to Donaghy. Just steps, goes into the line himself. Instead of giving it off to Crossley, there was a man out there if he wanted to use it. Instead, just dips a kick into the backfield, and Neil will watch that go over the sideline. That's just what you need, I think, Newcastle. It's a safe set.
Yeah, that was a great set from Newcastle. They've ended up in Leeds' 10, so Leeds have just got to work the way out here. Some big yardage carries from potentially the backs, so they've just got to work the way out and keep trying to apply the pressure.
And Leeds going to the subs bench. Jack Johnson coming from the field. Jake Higgins coming on. Not played since the defeat to Warrington at Headingley Stadium for the reserves. But obviously, I think he's played nearly every, if not every, under-18s game this year for the academy. A big wrecking ball to stop, and here he goes, driving at the line. You said about Danny Salkeld. Jake Higgins has just come on leaps and bounds since joining the Rhinos at the start of the year.
Yeah, he has. He's a big runner, and he's been a great asset to the 18s. So hopefully he keeps getting better and keeps doing what he does best.
And Jack Smith almost finding a gap again. 2 tries to his name, but he lost the ball. Picked up by Peter Scott and Jake Arnold on the edge. He's just getting, well, I was obviously going to say Newcastle getting lucky, but I think a little bit of lapse in concentration, trying to overplay. You know, once you've got the lead, don't need to really chance it. I can see what Jack's trying to do, though. There was clearly the opportunity to release Mackay, who's his wing partner for today.
Yeah, you're ahead. You've just got to try complete your sets and apply pressure, and things will come for you. So if you keep applying the pressure, then you'll get the chances, and hopefully they'll finish them.
Another player that's new for the year, Mackay. For how much have you worked with him, and what's he like in camp?
Yeah, I've played with Mackay quite a bit, and he's a really tough player. He's hard to tackle. Yeah, he's very hard to tackle, and he's a very tough player. He's good, yeah.
As Leeds win the ball back there, and Chimamba tries to get down the edge. He's so confident as a winger. It just ends up running out of play, running out of room, running out of space. Leeds once again giving up possession. They have the ball on their own 30 here to Newcastle. And it's going to be Anderson with the first carry towards his own 40, trying to work this Leeds defence, which hasn't really been tested yet. After about just over 20 minutes, maybe about 25 minutes. Don't have an official clock, obviously, down here at Stanley. I'll try our best to keep to the times. As now Nathan Rushworth up into Leeds territory, trying to build again. Newcastle, knock on that door if it's available. It's a nice move there, gets it to Logan Roitier. Ends up playing the ball on Leeds' 20. The ball keeps moving now. Shingler just a nice little pass. There's now Daniel Coates waits at dummy half. Give it to Shingler again. Flat ball through the Newcastle man goes. Without a number on the back, I'm not too sure who the scorer is. But that was too easy. Could see the gap. He was straight through and scored untouched, Will.
Yeah, not great there, but the boys have just got to keep their heads up now, and they can't let it get to them. They've got to get back up the field and turn it back over before half-time.
It will be for him.
And Newcastle then add the extras, making the score, it's a 2-point game now. It's so much closer. Granted that Leeds have had a lot of the possession and have really commanded this game, it's absolutely turned around, Will.
Yeah, I think it's all about finishing chances for Leeds now. They're getting in the right positions, but they just need to finish it on the end and get them points on the board.
quite simple. Anyway. Okay.
So Leeds with the restart, and Newcastle camped down on their own line. Big defensive set. You can hear the boys getting rattled up. They really wanted to get into the visitors to Stanley. I'll show them what they're made of and prove we're not that easy to slice open. Newcastle coming forward again. Shingler with the ball. Plays it on his own 32, 33 or so. There's now Rushworth. Working himself towards halfway. You can hear the positivity, which is a good thing, Will. The guys haven't stopped talking. It's been you can tell there's a man on the shoulder and they're prepared to work now.
Yeah, you can hear them from up here. It's really loud out there, especially Toby Warren with his shouting every time he makes a massive hit. So it definitely puts confidence into the boys knowing that you've got people by your side.
He's a man who likes a good shout, Toby Warren, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
when he's playing well and he does something that he likes.
Yeah, it ups the confidence for everyone. I think when a big shot goes in, everyone starts roaring and getting a bit louder. So yeah, it's good.
Was that kick not quite? I think what Newcastle were wanting. Ended up going just over the 20. So Leeds will start the set now here on their own 25 or 30. Edgell has a little dart out of dummy half. Want to get a bit of game time out there, Alfie, after missing the last few games through injury. He's back though last week as Luke Atkinson gets a well-deserved break. And just your thoughts on Luca's period so far, Will? I think personally, absolute quality to say that you played your first 26 minutes back playing after I believe it's a dislocated knee.
Yeah, he's been great. You can see him using his hands that he's been working on through the time he's been injured. But I think he was ready and raring to go for this game. He's been out a long time, so he's very excited to get back, and he's proving how good he is now.
That was a nice little chip over the top from David Gibbons. Didn't quite come off for Sinfield. He was there waiting, and now Leeds muscle up once again. So we've seen already this Leeds outfit they don't give up, they keep coming. That'll be something that Newcastle are just struggling to get to grips with. Granted, they have scored. They're trying to have closed it to 2 points, but you still feel Leeds very much on top.
Yeah, Leeds are being dominant here. I think it's fourth tackle and they've trapped him in the 30. Oh, fifth tackle, so trapped him in the 30. They'll get a good position to start this set, and hopefully they can work their way up and score a try.
It's a big kick from Oliver Shaw, allowed to bounce by both Edgell and Bridgman Reaney, who decides to play a little bit of football. It was a cute touch, actually. I think you'd be seeing that down at Ellen Road only a few miles away. Ends up taking the tackle. Now Edgell, who'd allowed it to bounce, almost breaks through the tackle there. There looked to be an opportunity there for the youngster.
Good run from Alfie there.
Gibbons follows it up with another good run as well. It's confidence as ever. You see guys that are playing with confidence, they'll try the hand a bit more and push a bit harder, and we've seen that so far from this Leeds outfit. All in pink. Corey Johnson for Sinfield, who dabs a kick. It's batted down. I believe that was by Ryan Crossley, and in the end Newcastle just do really well to keep hold. As Joseph Bradley tries to come in off the edge.
I thought he'd strip that there.
It looked like there was an opportunity for a strip there. Instead, the referee waves play on. Crossley now over his own 40. Well to play the ball. A couple of appeals just down below us for a penalty, but they don't get it. And instead, James McKirk has to play. Arnold has to play the ball on the halfway. As Newcastle keep coming forward on the last now. waiting for that kick. Will they go left? Will they go right? They come to this right edge. This Shaw goes high. Trying to put Bridgman under some pressure, and he does really well despite the slip.
Yeah,
It's so difficult to take looking into the sun.
Yeah, these spiral bombs alongside the sun looking hard to take, but Mackay did a great take there. Great run by Alfie as well, making about 20 metres there. Good work.
Did great work to get Leeds up to their own 30. Buoyed by this confidence despite just conceding the latest try. There's Gibbons, David playing it there. Now Joe Gibbons gives it to Jack Smith, who's seen this combination prove fatal already for Newcastle and Leeds. I was going to say Leeds get the penalty. Said it's Leeds that are penalised for obstructing the marker. It's a really silly one to give away when you're on top like we are.
Yeah, it looks like he's shoved him away there. I don't really know what's happened, but they were gaining good field position, but takes the foot off the pedal here, so Newcastle can get back into it. So we need to just close it out before half time. Can't let them back on the board here.
We've only got about 10 minutes or so left in this first half. And an intense first half it's been. Leeds Rhinos 8, Newcastle 6. Jack Smith scoring 2 back-to-back tries inside of about 2 minutes on the 15-minute mark. Jack Sinfield missing both conversions, making the score 8-0 before Newcastle replied. The man running a great line off the back of a nice flat ball to score just beside the post. And they're looking to take the lead here, Newcastle. Coates shapes, goes straight to the tackle of Toby Warren and Sinfield.
Great defence there.
Brilliant defences. Donaghy, a former Leeds scholar. Trying to burrow his way over, but just can't. As now Coates with a little chip over the top. Mackay Bridgman-Reaney up to the challenge.
Oh, he's dropped it there. Go on, Alfie.
As it looked, I'd say it looked like a drop ball to me. Just came up lucky. That could have gone to anyone. That could have gone to anybody on your own try line.
Alfie Agil's picked it up and he's made 10 metres. It's a great work there.
He's running well, actually. Granted, Newcastle are giving him the chance to run, but us Leeds come up with the error. And the players just crowd round Jack Smith. Just a problem playing the ball. There's another silly one that will definitely frustrate the guys.
Yeah, it's just piling the pressure back onto yourselves. They just need to deal with it and get back out now. No mistakes and complete the sets.
This defence is going to be really key here for Leeds. Hold McGurk up. Now it's Shaw. That ball for Shingler, who tries and turns his back, can't quite get to the try line. As now it's Shaw again, wide pass, Crossley, nice, beautiful ball. And into the corner goes Joseph Bradley. A nice movement across the field, catches Leeds a man down. And the flick pass from Crossley puts the winger over. You have to admit, that's not a bad try. It's a nice, tidy try.
Yeah, it was great work from Newcastle there, but Leeds have just got to keep their heads up now and get a try on the board before half-time. Keep applying the pressure, and they can't let their heads go down here. They've got to complete the sets.
So Coates adding the conversion and just makes that mountain a little harder to climb for Leeds. Now, instead of it being a 2-point advantage, it's now a 4-point deficit with that latest try from Bradley. And how the tables have just turned towards the back end of this first half. Well, it's not really been coming because we've looked the most confident out on the field.
Yeah, I think it's all down to silly errors, really, giving them more field position. So we've just got to complete the sets here and hopefully we'll finish on the end of it.
And Jonah Parsons just limbering up ready to come onto the field for the last few minutes of this first half as Coates kicks him behind and it's Edgell who brings it away. Like we said, runs so well, but he's met by a wall of purple. Just isn't giving him the room he needs at all. Now it's Newcastle who are looking the most confident as Chimambe lifted in the tackle, not dangerously, and put on his back. Johnson. And for Clark, cuts back in field. Doesn't go towards the sideline and just keeps the ball in Leeds' hands. Bridgman Reaney trying to scoot through the middle of the field, but again, Thunder are there and forces Jack Sinfield to kick early. And away it goes over the sideline. And it just gives the guys a breather, Will. Oh, is it a 40-20 even? Yeah, the way that Corey Johnson is acting, I think this is a 40-20. What a kick.
Great kick by Jack. He's done a few of them whilst I've been playing with him, so he's used to it. Great kick.
So accurate with his kicks, as we know, Jack. He prides himself on it just like his dad. And it gives chance. It just turns the tables again. It turns that momentum in favour of Leeds as the gaps as David Gibbons gives it to Joe Gibbons. He puts his head down for the line. And he's over. Look at the celebrations. The brothers combine and Leeds back on level terms. Brilliant try.
Yeah, it was great work. I mean, I think they've been building that partnership. They played together last week over in London, so yeah, great work. And it was a long time coming. I think they've been very dangerous down that right side, so it was a great try from Joe there.
And now Jack Sinfield with the kick from just off centre to try and give Leeds that lead once again. So Sinfield just steadies himself. Missed the last two. Can he kick this one?
Ooh, he's hit the post.
No, he's hit the post. It's agonisingly close again. I always think it's lucky to hit the post.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, I mean, yeah, annoying, but we'll just have to keep piling on the pressure and hopefully we can get some more points on the board just before half-time.
Well, we're back on level terms, which is, I think, the positive is that actually it's definitely not been the way that I'd say the first half has panned out. The Rhinos have looked the most confident out of them. Newcastle have just taken their chances.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they'll go in at half-time even. Yeah, going at half-time even, so it's back to drawing board 0-0. So if Leeds just need to come back out with a lot of pressure and hopefully they can convert the chances this time.
So that does mark half-time here at Stanley. And after taking a quick 8-0 lead through back-to-back Jack Smith tries, Leeds found themselves behind after tries from Leslie Deakin and Joseph Bradley for Thunder. But just towards the end of the half, a moment of magic. Jack Sinfield kicking a 40-20. And off the back of that, David Gibbons combined with Joe Gibbons and the second rower was over to score. Makes a half-time score 12-12. Big second half to come. So both teams back out for the second half. It's going to be Leeds that are kicking off and Newcastle receiving. The score 12-all. A tense first half that the Rhinos really dominated. But Newcastle took their chances when they could and have been able to, and actually took the lead in the game at one point. But all this can change in the second half. What can we do here as it's Newcastle driving the ball in? The first carry, it's Bobby Shingler. Gets himself towards the 20. Newcastle looking to just come out all guns blazing. But we'll go back to our academy and reserves player, Will Gatus. Will, what do you think Chevrolet said at half-time to the boys?
You just need to keep completing the sets and just stop with the silly mistakes. I mean, this first set will be a crucial set, depending on where the position will finish in. So it'll all stem off this first set and the carries that we make off of it.
You think the boys, you'd like to think they go with their heads held high because, like I said just a minute ago, we've looked the better out of the two teams, and I've said it in the first half, but credit again to Newcastle because they've taken those opportunities when they've had them.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle are sticking in there, making it a challenge, which is what you need sometimes, but no, hopefully Leeds can get back into this and get some points on the board and win the game.
It's so simple when you say it like that, isn't it? It's so simple. Yeah. And it'll be, I believe, Leeds that have the ball on their own 10. It's a good kick in the end from Coates that has got Newcastle into this position. So Leeds having to do all the work, and if you are a Newcastle fan, I'd say that this would be the best. This is the best place you want in, is to force Leeds to come away from their own line after what they've put you through in that first half, because for a lot of it was Leeds attack. Salkeld powers up, goes to the line. We spoke about the power that he possesses. First time dropping back to the bench, he's played around the forwards. It's pretty good utility in terms of forward, whether it be prop or in the back row as well. Like you said, just a heavy power hitter.
Yeah, I mean, I've played the same side as Danny, and he's got some hands as well. Likes to call a few 12 blocks, but no, it's good that he can play different positions. It definitely helps the team, and if someone gets injured, then they can.
Oh, this is a nice break here. Bridgman Reaney, has he found the touchline? It comes back inside for Jack Smith. This is a hat-trick for the number 3. He puts the ball under the sticks. It looked as though the linesman was going to put his flag up, but no. Try number 3 for the number 3.
I think the linesman tripped over there, but yeah, it was great work getting it. Dave Gibbons spotting the space there and getting it to the edge, and great ball back inside from Mackay to put Jack Smith in for his hat-trick.
So Sinfield with the conversion and gets a score up to Leeds Rhinos 18, Newcastle 12, and like you just mentioned there, Will, a 6 again. Perfect for what Leeds need.
Oh, go on.
And it's Danny Salkel. Off he goes. Danny Salkel into the backfield. Can he beat the fullback? Not this time. There it is. We've seen it a couple of times this season. The trademark run.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to work on his pace, Danny, there, but great break from him. Great break.
It's a superb break. And it puts Leeds back on the front foot. Is there another try? Beckoning. Alfie Edger with the footwork. Can the fullback get over? No. So close. It's metres away from the line. Leeds looking to go back to back again. Danny Salkel. He got Leeds into this position and he makes the try. Big moment from the prop, who just powers his way over.
He'll be buzzing with that, Danny. At his home pitch of Stanley, he'll never stop talking about that.
If he just right, this is home pitch. He'll be so happy about that one. Taking the score to Leeds Rhinos 22, Newcastle Thunder 12 with a kick to come.
Got a lead to come out now, Jonah.
And that buffer is nicely back at 12 points. Leeds will be, I don't know what Sheva said. Well, we've got to know what he has maybe said to him, but whatever he has, it has sparked this Leeds attack. And now they're coming down the edge with Joe Gibbons. As Johnson shapes Jack Smith, he's got 3 tries. He'll be looking for a 4th. He won't be the first. Being an exclusive club like yourself who's scored more than 3 tries, as that ball is batted down out the hands of Johnson. And Leeds will get the ball back 40 metres out. Or 30 metres out, sorry. Just really taking command here, Jonah, which is just what the guys needed.
Yeah, it's a great start from Leeds. Chev's clearly said something in that team talk that's sparked up their energy, so hopefully we can keep applying this pressure and get more points.
So Leeds with the scrum down 30 metres out. That ball just ricochets back around there. The referee waves play on. It was a real messy feed of the scrum, and looking to keep hold of it are the Rhinos. Looking for the 3rd consecutive try. Jack Smith and Danny Salkel with the early scores in this second half. Going on 10 minutes of the new half played. And Leeds back in full control. Jack Sinfield across the line, shapes, dummies, goes himself. Jack Sinfield for the line. Oh, he's so close again. 2 players. Just when he drops the shoulder, he can really go. And earns a 6 again. David Gibbons for Jack Smith. The shouts for keep it, but the arm was free. Looked for the offload. And Leeds get the penalty for dissent. At the referee. I think it was just at the dismay of having to defend another 6 tackles after the guys wouldn't move off Sinfield quick enough. As now Higgins puts on a bit of footwork to try and get over the line. Offset those defenders any way you can. Booming pass from Johnson. Finds Sinfield, tries to wriggle his way free. He can't get it away, and instead pounced upon by James McGurk. Slow play of the ball again. It's Warren, that's a bit low. But Johnson does well to keep hold of it. David Gibbons on for Edgell. Puts a bit of pace in. No idea where that ball went, did Jake Arnold. The ball goes back again, and it's another set. Is this the third or is this the fourth set that Newcastle had to defend here, Will?
I'm not too sure, but if Leeds keep applying pressure on like this, I don't know how long Newcastle can handle it for.
It's the pressure that Leeds had in the first half, but we didn't make the most of it. It's only been really the second half that we've started to, punish Newcastle when they can.
Yeah.
And, get those points on the board, which is the most important.
Yeah, we're definitely being more clinical this half, so hopefully we keep that up and create a big scoreline here.
Penalty for can you have a penalty for just a bad scrum? I think that's maybe what I'd give that one for. That's not of the official guidelines, obviously. As Salkeld gets the ball away on the second play. Harrison Gilmore fends away from one and gets the offload. Leeds coming forward. David Gibbons to Joe Gibbons. And he just finds his way over. Second try for Joe Gibbons. And the lead is extended. Brilliant once again from these young Rhinos.
Some beautiful off-the-cuff play there. The offloads going in everywhere, and great finish by Joe, using his feet and getting inside.
And then Sinfield, drags that wide. Looks set to convert that one. It just goes far over to the left and leaves the score at 28-12 in favour of Leeds. Well, there's Newcastle well under the pump right now. It's not nice viewing if you are a Newcastle fan, but for Leeds, they're in absolute paradise here coming forward. 3 back-to-back tries. It's been a superb spell of pressure from Chev Walker's side. After I've got 52 minutes here on our clock. It's been it's just been relentless.
Yeah, I mean, great yardage runs in this set, especially from Neil. Good run from Toby there, and we're being more clinical this half, and it's good to see.
It's brilliant to see as Higgins also wants to get in on the act and says, I'll have a good carry, get me towards the 40-metre mark, and he does so. Sinfield. David Gibbons on for Edgell. He could see the gap opening up as Smith. Oh, it's an interception. And instead, it's going to be Jake Arnold. He doesn't quite have the pace. That's the cutback inside. Leeds come back well. I was going to say, looked like it was going to be an interception. And they're getting the knock on.
Great scramble there from Leeds. Mackay, Joe getting back. Everyone, that just shows the effort everyone's putting in for each other.
It just shows. It looked like there was looked for a second as the break was on that the cover defence maybe wasn't going to get there. But by the time I then looked back to see what was happening, we had nearly a full line back ready to defend against him. It was quite remarkable.
Yeah, great scramble there from the boys.
And then to force the error is just the added bonus. As finally, Jonah Parsons is on the field. Corey Johnson gets a well-deserved break. And Jonah, after, I believe it was back-to-back ACL injuries, forcing him to miss the last 2 years of action wearing the 14 jersey, back out there. It's great to see Joan out on the field. Such a character around the lead, both the academy and the reserves team. It's so great to see him back out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how he goes. He's another one like Luca. He's raring to go, and it'd be good to get some game time for him.
And for those that might follow the 18s and 19s closely, Jonah did his first academy game up at Newcastle. He scored an absolutely belting length of the field effort. That pass just wasn't quite on the money for Higgins, but he scored a great try in his sole appearance of the 2020 year before, obviously, COVID cancelled that season. But he's back. He's well in, and he's, like Will said, he's raring to go out there in the blue scrum hat wearing 14. But instead, it's Newcastle coming forward. Real their first chance to hold the ball, I think, after the amount of defending they've had to do and the amount of time they've had to also spend under their own posts after Leeds have scored. It's Parsons and Joe Gibbons do really well there, and Linton back on the field at hooker gets a little dart out of Acton half and gets Newcastle well into Leeds territory here. More now towards a 30 with McGurk. Plays the ball 20 out. Crossley made a try in that first half, but puts a poor kick in, and we're disappointed with that one. Why that wasn't going to a halfback like Coates or Shaw to be kicking that ball away.
Yeah, I think Toby gave him a little bit of a shove, so he couldn't get his foot on the ball, but Leeds ended up with the ball, and hopefully he can get some good position here.
Surprised I didn't hear a big shout from Toby there. That's the sort of thing you'd like to celebrate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big hit, so hopefully we'll get a few more of them from Toby later on.
One of those guys that also played for Yorkshire last week, so also big congratulations to Toby, as well as Riley and Alfie as well. Also representing Yorkshire, like a lot of you, it's something that you've done yourself, Will, before. Representing your county, but this, putting the money on here, is rolling the dice that Jack Smith was going to get to that ball, and he almost did. Jake Arnold didn't crumble under the pressure. Does really well. But Leeds, with this defence, what can Newcastle do to try and counter? Scott tries to come away, and the shout for getting him over the sideline, but the Leeds know a little bit better. You can always run the risk of getting a penalty if you try and get them over the sideline illegally.
Big hit in there from Dave Gibbons.
One man who is definitely, I'd say, loving playing his rugby out there is Dave Gibbons. There's Shingler working his way towards the Leeds 40s, no, more towards his own 30 really. And Linton in the end has to give it to Shaw, who booms that kick away. And Bridgman Rooney says, that's light work. I will take that one easy. And he gets a bit of space in front of him. He scored a blistering try against Castleford on the run, but this time just doesn't have the men to beat. Gilmore. He's got a bit of fire in him, Harrison. He's pushing players left, right and centre. He's got the grip between his teeth, which is nice to see.
Yeah, he works really hard, Harrison, when he's out there. He's played a few full 80 minutes out in the 18s games, so that'll put him in good stead for these reserves games. Just keep working hard.
As Sinfield gets Leeds closer. Parsons trying to dive for the line. Jonah Parsons! Fantastic for the young hooker on his return to action. What better way to crown it than with a 4-pointer? Absolutely superb from the hooker to spot that gap.
Yeah, it just shows what he can do. He'll be buzzing with that.
So we won't be able to shut him up for a week. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased for the hooker.
Weather's starting to turn on.
Like I said, an absolutely fantastic moment on the hour mark for Jonah to mark his return in the best possible way with a try, and Jack Sinfield adds the conversion to nicely on his favoured side between the uprights. The score goes to Leeds Rhinos 34, Newcastle Thunder 12. Newcastle choosing from this kickoff not to go as long, try and get themselves back in the game. You'd say with 22 points, it's not quite gone. I mean, we've seen some great games where we've seen comebacks happen. Well, I don't want to speak too soon, but the boys looking in proper demand here. As you were just saying earlier, the weather's just turned. What if you were out there and like it has, it's just got a bit more windy? What do you think? Does the game plan change? Just to give a bit of insight.
I think you've just got to keep it simple, not throw any spectacular balls, but keep it simple, keep it in the hands, complete your sets, and get into their 20 really.
Getting their heads as well as David Gibbons throws at dummy and ends up going himself. I think they might be playing a bit of advantage, but Mackay Bridgman Reaney doesn't care. He's going for the try if he can. Oh, and just that offload just doesn't come off. I think we'll come back for the penalty. We do come back for the penalty. It was a very, very big head-high tackle there on the halfback David Gibbons. Not many really get away with those.
No, not anymore.
So once again, Leeds commanding possession. Nathan Snee back out on the field. Approaches the 15-metre mark. Now Gibbons also on a hat-trick try if he can get it, Joe. Like I said, played a bit of centre last week, back in the back row this week, and is back to his best when he's scoring tries and running like he is. Sinfield dabs a beautiful kick in for Chimambe. He takes the ball, does Neil. And we're just waiting for the flag, but I think this is going to be another try. It is another try. Leeds get to just shy of 40 points with a kick to come. Really, that's just shows the cleverness and intuitiveness of Jack Sinfield.
Yeah, that was beautiful kick by Jack. Puts Neil into a lot of space, and when you're that tall and it bounces that high, no one's going to get it past you.
Sinfield with the pretty much the exact same kick, but just drags that one wide. It leaves the score at Leeds Rhinos 38, Newcastle Thunder 12, and it's not quite game over, but I can't see with 16 minutes. I don't want to speak too soon.
Bit of a lapse in concentration there. The wind playing a big part, and Newcastle getting the ball back there.
Yeah, Newcastle just using the conditions to their advantage, and they get the ball back. Here they come. In through Jake Anderson. Just under those posts. As they go over to the right side, that proved so fruitful for Leeds in that first half. Coates dropping it off for Shingler. Can he get himself over? Not this time. It's held up well in the tackle by Leeds' Toby Warren in there. Now it's Anderson under the posts again. It's an opportunity here for the prop. As now it's Shaw. Glover kicks him behind, but that's way too long. That is way too long. And Leeds get a 20 tap, so a win-win.
Yeah, not a great kick there, and Leeds just need to use that to their advantage and get back up the field.
They need to use it to their advantage, 100%. Not that they've not had enough attacking field position already. When, bear in mind, I think we're now on five consecutive tries back to back.
Well, you still want more.
Oh, that's the best way to do it, isn't it? Because you can try those at this point. I mean, there's just seen a forward pass here for Bridgman Reaney, but I guess this is the scoreline where maybe Sheffield being slightly encouraging. Try a couple of set plays that maybe you don't get to try too often, just to continue what is very important development. Never mind the scoreline.
Yeah, I think you want to put plays on throughout the game, but definitely when the scoreline's this big, you can be trying new things. I think that was a bit of a hand in there. I'm not sure whether that was actually a rightly deserved Newcastle ball, but Leeds have got it back. So Neil on the run.
Yeah, there's the lights just starting to come on here at Stanley. It's just really dropped as the lighting. It looked like a good move actually. It was going to set Bradley, who had a try in that first half, away, but instead he just couldn't take that ball in. And like Will said, Neil took it well. Now Jack Sinfield coming down the edge, loses the ball, classed as a strip, says the referee. To Newcastle's protests, that's not quite how they saw it, I don't think. But Leeds will say thank you very much. We get another chance to extend our scoreline. Smith gives it to Gibbons. I think he's determined to get that hat trick. I think he really wants 3 tries today, just Joe Gibbons, the way he's running that in.
Yeah, I think he'll have had a word with his brother saying, "Get me that ball. I want a hat trick."
Well, here comes David Gibbons, tries to twist and turn his way to the line. He's so short on that occasion. Parsons out of dummy half, looking for a second himself, looking to crown what it's been a great, what's going on 17 minutes on the field now for Jonah. He's got his try and he said, "I'll have some more please as well." Johnson a little bit too high for Gibbons, but does well to take it. Sinfield on for Edgell, working that left-hand side well, gets the offload away for Clark, out for Chimambe, and it's 2 for Chimambe. And the referee says it's a try. Another superb effort again from Leeds.
Yeah, that was great work from Alfie, breaking the tackle, and a great offload as well. Good finish on the end of it from Neil.
You could see it coming. It was a great move. And in the end, you can count on Neil to score. We know he can score here. Takes the score to Leeds Rhinos 42 with a kick to come, Newcastle 12. So Sinfield, from out wide, he's hit one from this place before, and he's missed one before, and he misses this time. So score remains 42-12 as we approach the last 10 minutes, and it's all in favour of the Rhinos. I'm not going to ask you for it just yet, Will, but we're getting to man of the match territory, and I think there'll be quite a few Leeds players to pick from. As Newcastle go again relatively short. What worked for them before just doesn't quite at this time because the wind again. The conditions just keep changing. The wind has dropped again. It got quite high for the last sort of 10 minutes or so, but it's dropped again. You'd have thought that maybe if they tried that play again, it might come off for them again.
Yeah, I'd say there's a few contenders in there for man of the match at the moment. I'd say obviously Jack Smith with his hat-trick. Joe Gibbons working really well on that right edge, 2 tries.
Oh, here goes Joe now. He wants that hat-trick, does he? He unselfishly gives it to Jack Smith, who gets a 4th. He outstrips the challenge of Alex Donaghy. And it's now getting towards the 50-point margin. Leeds again, too strong, too dominant. And Jack Smith is, you've just said him there with a hat-trick. Well, now he's got 4.
Yeah, that might sway my decision a bit more. I was going to also mention Alfie Edgell. He's been great from carrying from yardage. And also Mackay, he's had a few breakaways on the wing. So we'll see at the end of the game who I think's played the best.
We can't wait. It makes the score 46-12 for the kick to come.
There's no other clubs have academics. No. Or reserves. And when we get games, it's the 25,000. Oh, yeah. And the lads will just chuck it over them.
How long is that? 9 minutes.
I know I've said it and I'll say it again. I don't know what has been said at half-time, but this has been not a really different team, but how clinical Leeds have been in this second half has just been excellent as the ball just fallen off the tee. So Jackson Field will go back through his processes, but it's almost been like a different team in the second half in terms of how clinical we've been. You know, the chance we had in the first half we just didn't take, whereas this half we've taken those chances and more.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were very dominant in the first half. We just weren't very clinical, but I think it's been a similar second half, but we've really got the support up there and finished our chances.
Sinfield misses that conversion, leaves the score at 46 points to 12 in favour of the Rhinos with 7 or 8 minutes left. It's been a routing here at Stanley, and who knows, there might be some more tries. We'll have to see. As Newcastle tried to catch Leeds short and Jack Johnson just couldn't reel it in. It was interesting. I think maybe they're just trying things. Newcastle trying to force Leeds into an error like that, get the ball back and score a quick try. You commend them for trying.
Yeah, I mean, they nearly gathered it back themselves, but it took a little error from Jack there. A bit isolated, so hopefully we can keep them out again.
Because we have kept them to 0 in this second half. That's been another thing we've not even mentioned is, Newcastle haven't really had the chances, but it's that clean sheet in the second half that the boys will be priding themselves on at the minute. But we'll see what Newcastle can do in this set. 3 tackles gone now. As Shaw sends it wide, it's a poor pass in the end, and instead it is just swallowed up by Leeds and Jack Smith. who comes... sorry, about Joe Gibbons, sorry, who comes forward. No, it's Jack Johnson coming up with the error. So those pink boots, I should know. It's Parsons for Bridgman Reaney. Well, lucky not to get a try himself today, Mackay. He's had a couple of chances, but either been caught in defence or has been unselfish and has been a key in building them.
Yeah, he's created a few chances, Mackay. Really made a few breaks and got Leeds up the field.
Say he missed the London game too. He'd be glad to be back at somewhere near his best as the quadruple try scorer Smith. 4 to his name today. Ends up going down on the 4th, and Gibbons will kick on the 5th. Donaghy, it's a brilliant kick catcher. Donaghy's going to be caught in goal. Brilliant work by Bridgman Reaney. And it's a drop out to Leeds, and you could just see the Newcastle players trudging back. It's been a long trip to get no reward, which is a shame because they really put up a fight in that first half. That just haven't been able to convert that into the second half.
Yeah, just as we were saying there, Mackay might not have scored them himself, but certainly creating chances and forcing a drop out there, which is great work.
And so 5 minutes left. Leeds 46 points to 12 up. I'll be eager to carry another as that dropout's a beautiful way to. I wonder whether he was maybe looking for it to bounce and go over the touchline, but instead Jack Smith swallows it up. Be riding on the confidence that scoring tries as an outside back gives you. You'll know that all too well, Will, what scoring tries means for a person in your position. But Leeds keep coming forward. It's now Max Clark. Can he get the ball away? Under the pressure of 2 or 3, he keeps going. Newcastle struggling to get him down. Plays the ball inside the Newcastle 10. Sinfield. Oh, juggle from Higgins does well. Higgins for the line. Oh, he looked to reach out. I thought he'd got that down, actually. If not, then it might have been a double movement. But Parsons with the quick pass. Allowed to bounce off the ground. Picked up by Gibbons. Ball keeps coming. Jack Smith. Dummies. 5 tries. It's a routing by the Rhinos. And Smith gets a 5th. Just a fella centre, Will. He must be in dreamland at the minute. It must be a dream he must have had last night scoring today.
Yeah,
scoring this many tries as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's been in the right position the whole game, and the chances have just popped up, and he's taken them very well. So great work back from Jack there.
Oh yeah.
So Sinfield with the conversion. It's meant to score 52 points to 12. 30 points. Or 40 points. I can't even do the maths. 40 points in this second half.
Otherwise, I mean, sometimes they never go again.
Converted, didn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely superb from the home side today. We might as well get your man of the match, but I have a feeling I know you're going to say, I think, Will.
Yeah, obviously there's been a few good performances in there from, I'd say, Alfie, Dave Gibbons, and definitely, I think for me it's between Joe Gibbons and Jack Smith, but Jack Smith with the 5 tries there's only one man of the match there, so my man of the match is Jack Smith.
It's difficult to look past, but that has been a formidable edge, hasn't it? Joe Gibbons and Jack Smith once have been firing, and like you've said, David Gibbons. I say this second half, it's tough to pick out a player that hasn't played well. It's been a real together performance in this second half. Whether you started the half on the bench or you're on the field stars, that never looked good from the start, as the ball was played and Linton didn't really realise, sent the ball on for Harry Lowry and he just didn't look confident. Lapse in concentration, and Leeds with a final chance to round this one off gets the penalty. Are they going to go for two maybe? I'm not sure how long's left on the clock. Well, our clock's hit 80 minutes, but interested to see if... I think they're running it. Jack Sinfield stood well away from the ball. They're confident they can get the 4 or even the chance at 6. And it is Parsons that taps the move over to the left. Jack Sinfield for Edgell. Booming pass for Chimambe. Can he get to the corner? Neil! I think he's... No, is he in? No, he's over the... He's out of play even. I was going to say, I don't know whether he'd stepped out of play or he's been taken out of play, but he's been taken well out of play.
That was for his hat-trick as well, Neil. He'll be disappointed with that one.
Another that's really sparked to life in this second half. He's been given the chances to score and he's taken them with both hands. Newcastle with a rare chance in the second half with the ball as Rotier takes that one in. But it's been a convincing second half here at Stanley. The full-time whistle sounds. Leeds Rhinos reserves 52, Newcastle Thunder reserves 12.